As a follow-up question, so what do you think people can get out of this session today?
Right. Thank you for asking that question. Also, hello to all the viewers who are out there, Srikar and Purvaja, Seema. Thank you for joining us, and we welcome you all to our show. Today, we are going to talk about the specific aspect of exam stress and how you can overcome it. Because we believe that the stress is like a wall between you and your capabilities. The person has, let's say, 10x capabilities, but because of the stress, it goes down to 5x or 4x or 2x. How we can make sure that the person is able to perform 20x when he goes for an exam, and we'll also examine what all are the blocks that makes a person stressed out. The aim is to help students out there and the parents out there to understand the various aspects of stress, and specifically we are going to give solutions to stick around, and we are going to talk about a lot of interesting solutions which can help you to come out of stress and be more confident and stress-free and give your exams in a better manner.
Thank you so much, Diaz, for that. With this opportunity, I would like to welcome all our guests today. So hi Arya, hi Srikar, Purvaja, Seema, and there are other viewers also, but I don't see you on this thing. So if you are right there, just say a hi message or hello message in the comment, so we get to see you. Okay, and during this entire session, please do not wait till the end. If you have any questions, we encourage it. Please put it in the comment box, and we'll take it as per the flow. Thank you so much. Riyaz, I want to start with something very basic and in order to get an understanding. How do you define stress?
Well, I would not like to go into the the scientific or the psychologist definition of stress. Let me put it in the language of the students. Stress can be anything like worry, pressure, uneasiness, frustration, depression, anything which is putting a pressure on your mind, body, and soul, and stopping you from performing your best. I would say that is stress. I would put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, stress can happen to anybody, students, elder. Being in corporate, I have gone through that journey also. But in case of our students, sticking to the topic, like how does it impact students and how does it affect them?
Right. So see, we are talking about exam stress today. The word exam itself causes stress. So let's say we are discussing this today, and if I was to tell you that Gaurav, today is your exam. We are doing a Facebook live exam, and we are going to grade you out of 100, and there is going to be a topper, and somebody is going to be at the middle. The word exam itself causes stress. So as a result, schools have gone into some kind of different, they do marking and exams all through the year. But the fact that board exams are there, competitive exams are there, the word exam itself causes stress because it puts pressure, right? So that is the first thing. The next thing is expectations. The expectations are high. Every parent wants their child to be a topper, 99%. Every parent wants their child to get into IIT, MIT, and everything that ends with IT. So the expectations are very high. This expectation causes stress. So you may be a good student doing fairly well, reasonably well, but that's not good enough. Good is not good enough. You have to be the best. So this pressure to perform the best, this expectation causes stress. So every student obviously cannot get 99% or 100%. There are only some 6,000 seats in IIT, but there are lakhs of students who are expecting to go there. So it's the expectation which causes stress. Mm-hmm. And the last part, whenever there's exam, so they'll be either you'll be passing or you'll be failing. Failing in the sense, not failing by going beyond 35%, but failing to get 95, failing to get 99, failing to get what your parents think. So the fear of failure. So as you're walking into the exam, you're not sure what will happen, what will be the test. So all that fear causes stress. So all these are kind of the expectations, the fear, and the exam by itself. I would say these are the three factors which cause stress.
Cool. That's an interesting explanation. So I have a question here for you, Riaz, and talking about question, I have asked a question to you guys on the Facebook. If you can answer that, or if you have any questions, please feel free to type in there. Uh, so my question to you, Riaz, is that I have seen. So I say it as a joke during the discussion and all, but somehow at the back of my mind, I really have it as a question. So I put it across this way: that I have seen that people who are in the lower marks cadre, somebody who gets 60, 65, and that's the pattern I have seen. I don't see some societal tendencies or such cases among those kind of percentages. But someone who got like 94%, 98%, and they were expecting 99 and 100. So that's where I have seen most of the cases. So what do you think on that? What's your perspective on somebody? For me, 98, 99 is super, super, super brilliant. When I like even dream of marks, I don't imagine me getting 98 or anything above 90. But somebody who's getting 97, 98% and they committing suicide is shocking to me. So what's your take on that?
I would say they are in the competitive, the gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal kind of race, and there every bit matters. So let's say if somebody is appearing for IIM, let's say a 99.9 percentile may go into IIM Ahmedabad, and 99.4 may go into may not get even IIM. So the expectations and the competitions are very high, and those students kind of make it or break it, black or white. So people in the 60s or 70s may not be like, for somebody who's at 65 or 67 may not make much of a difference, but between 99 and 97 may make a lot of difference in the kind of colleges you get, the kind of seats you get. So the students in the higher bracket tend to come into more stress and pressure and competition, that I have been number one in my school and I must get so and so percentage, and the parents are also competitive. When they walk into a school, the parents of the first ranker and the second ranker also are kind of in a competition, and there's competition within the cousins also, that he's got so much. But definitely people in the higher bracket also tend to have a lot of pressure and competition, and it's kind of make or break. So one of the thing which comes out in this whole study which we have been doing about how to reduce stress is, don't make things into black and white. There's a lot of gray, so it's not necessarily only somebody who goes into IIT will get he has a world ahead of him. Even our Nobel Prize winner Venkatraman Ramakrishnan, who's in the UK, he's not gone into IIT. He's studied in one of the science colleges of India. That's all.
True. So there are more solutions coming in this session. So please stick till the end, and as we discuss the solutions to these problems. Moving on with the series of questions I have is, let's say I have also seen with students, because parents in our education system, this is not being discussed, and even parents are not educated about it. Sometimes students are in stress, but they don't know about it. So, are there any symptoms, or is there a way to figure out that someone is in stress or not? And if yes, to what extent?
Well, the students under stress would definitely show symptoms. So you would
Right.
normally see, let's say, physical symptoms, stomach cramps, and fever. There is a term called exam fever. So I remember in my school time, there were students just a day or two prior to the board exams, they would actually have fever. So it's not that he's feeling feverish; he's getting a fever of 101, 102, and going to the hospital, taking medicines. So the body reacts that way. So fever, stomach cramps, indigestion, loose motions, right. So there can be a lot of physical symptoms, and of course the mental symptoms are many. A person may go into withdrawal mode. He may not stop talking or keep on talking. Start going around, diverting his attention, playing a lot of games, video games, and not concentrating on studying. Maybe argumentative with parents. So whenever a child's nature or behavior suddenly changes before the exams, so the parents need to try and understand that this is a reaction to the stress of the exam, and not keep focusing on that symptom itself. Why are you so angry? Why are you so argumentative? He's argumentative because there is stress in his life. So you have to take care of that stress, then the arguments end. So that is a real thing. So our focus needs to be, the students also need to understand these symptoms, that it can happen, right? And the parents also need to look out for these symptoms and understand that these are the symptoms happening because of the exam and not on its own. So somebody who's got an exam in the near future and he runs up a fever, the parents shouldn't imagine that it's because of COVID or Corona or something like that. It could be simply an exam fever, so to say.
So here I have a question for our students, for our audience, basically. Like, have you come across any student or anyone in your life with stress, and how did you identify them, or what did you see or notice in them to understand that they are in stress? So if you have met someone, or if you know someone, if you have an experience, we would like to know about it. Please post it in comments that whatever experiences you have. And if you help them out, or if you guided them to some resources, that would also be very helpful. So please, audience, go ahead and type it in the comment box if you have identified someone in stress and how did you help them out.
Yes.
Moving in.
So I would like to just relate a small incident as to how this stress builds up. When my daughter was going for her 10th board exams, school was nearby. We were in Delhi. So I used to drop her at her school, that is the Army Public School. And I used to say goodbye, all the best, and walk away from there. But I also used to see a lot of parents used to stick around there near the school. And the center of the board exams is not in the same school. It's usually in some other school. So all the students are put into a bus and they go to another school where they actually give the exams. Now, I used to drop off my daughter and come back home. But a lot of parents used to stick around. They used to wait till their children got onto the bus. Then they would follow the bus to the exam center. So once the students, their children got down from the exams, from the bus, so before they go into the exam center, again they used to talk to them and keep them, don't be stressed, be cool, don't get stressed, there's a board exam, give well, don't miss any question. So the point is that when you're following your child all the way till the exam hall, and maybe if some of them had a chance, they would walk into the hall and say, beta, just sit down, I'll answer it for you. So a lot of stress is caused by parents who are hyper anxious. Now, this is an important point, that parents themselves need to be cool and calm and relaxed. Only then the child will be relaxed. And there's no point saying, don't be stressed, because when the parents keep saying, don't be stressed, automatically it means that the child is going to be stressed.
Right. So in this session, apart from helping students, do we have some tips coming to help parents also to understand, identify stress and how to avoid it, or at least how to solve it?
Absolutely. So as we go along, we'll be talking about both the students and the parents. Of course, our primary goal is to help the students. But if we don't help the parents, obviously the pressure can come on to the students. So we are going to cover both the aspects, and certain aspects are common. We are going to cover definitely both. So we have some user comments. Can you just have a look?
Yes. Yeah. So we have the first question. One of our audiences seems like she's in stress and she has a question for us. So I'll just read it out for you. I have finished my inter. Now, according to the present scenario, there is no scope of opening colleges. How would you suggest me to use this time, as I'm already into preparing for the MSET exam? I'm in notion that I may not continue with the same spirit further if the exam continues to postpone. Would you please suggest me something to get out of this?
Right. So this is an interesting question. I'm sure that there are a lot of students in this similar state of suspended animation. What Corona has done is put all our lives on a pause. We really don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Everything was going as per a plan. This is an adversity A lot of students do take a gap year also, and we really don't know what is going to happen. But what you can do is that take one day at a time, prepare. I'm sure you're preparing for EMCET or whatever competitive exams you're preparing for, Purvaja. Just every day devote some time to whatever you're doing and keep your mind active, energized, and interested. Don't just think of exam. You got a breather. You got some time to do other things. So try to pick up other hobbies, because it has been seen that if you do painting, if you do music, if you do exercise, it brightens up your mind, and your ability to absorb the whatever you're studying will be better, and you will be happier also and less stress free. So don't try to guess when the exams will come up, when the competitive exams will come up. I'm sure it's not possible to study for 6 months with the same kind of spirit which you would have otherwise, done in 2 months. But nevertheless, take this time to build up your hobbies, build up your skills, build up your happiness levels, be stress free, enjoy some music, enjoy outdoor activities, do some hobbies, and I'm sure your mind will be fresh. And whenever the dates are announced, whenever you have to put in your full steam ahead, then go full steam ahead. That is the thing I can suggest to you.
Right. And I also have a tip there. I think this particular time can be used in upskilling ourselves uh, in something which is in line with studies but not directly related. For example, recently I've come across a training program, especially for students, wherein they do some this left brain and right brain coordination. They call the program as brain gym and memory boosters. So there have been studies, scientific studies done on that, and they said studies has have revealed that there have been improvement up to 300% in memory, in memorizing stuff and performance overall. So when you're not preparing for exam, you can take these complementary programs or on the side and improve as a student. So look at it from this perspective. You can
I
utilize
agree.
your time.
I agree. This time can be utilized for building your skills, upskilling yourself, both academic and non-academic, because there is a kind of a belief that students in 10th, 11th, 12th, or that age group should not be doing anything apart from academics. But it is actually harmful, because your mind has certain limit of absorbing information and working on it, and it gets enhanced when you actually indulge in outdoors. Therefore, you would have noticed that in colleges outside, I'm talking of the colleges in US, UK, they have lots of co-curricular activities, games, sports, music, which actually helps them to broaden their mind and be more sharp in a way. So yeah, they can do the same right now also.
Perfect. I want to make I want to let among the audience, if there are any parents who are listening, please make a note that like complete study is also a very strong no. At least give 1 hour, couple of hours of breather and involve in some other activities apart from studies. That actually helps. Okay.
Very true. Very true.
So with that, let's move on to the second question we have from Arya, our first audience from today, and here I'm putting it on screen. So he's asking, when I studied in 10th, it was my first board exam which I attempted, and I was tensed for that, thinking how will I perform. So I think it's a common scenario when they appear for the first exam. Earlier, when I studied, it used to be 7th. Now 10th is thing. So do you have some tips for such students?
Right. Yes. So I would like to simply say that it's okay to be stressed. In the sense, although we are talking of stress management, so we are not saying that there will not be stress. There will be pressure. When Indian cricket team is going into a World Cup, there is pressure on them. They are not doing net practice. They are going to play against a team, and Sachin is out there on the field. There is pressure. You have the world's fastest bowler hurling balls at him at 127 kilometers per hour. Within a nanosecond, he has to take a decision. So there is pressure. We need to work with that pressure. We need to accept that pressure, and we need to say that it's okay to be tense, but let us manage that tension. Let that tension not become a hurdle, but become a springboard or a adrenaline to work better.
Uh, thanks for your inputs on that, Riyaz. Now, previously we were just discussing about how to recognize the symptoms of stress, how to find if somebody is in stress. So once we identify what are the possible ways to overcome stress?
So fundamentally, it's a state of mind, right? That my mind is fuzzy. I'm getting all kinds of thoughts. What will happen? This will happen. That will happen. There are millions of thoughts going on. Fear of failure, fear of expectations. What will my father will say? What my mother will say? What my neighbors will say if I don't do well? So all these are different thoughts which are going on into the mind, even before the exam, during the exam, and even during the preparation time. So we need to move away into a state of calm. And this state of calm will not happen suddenly on the day of the exam. We need to be prepared, just like we prepare for an exam by solving multiple papers and questions. Same, we need to prepare mentally also, emotionally also, and that is something which we are trying to do. That is, how do I achieve a state of calm? So even if you go for a unit test or a weekly test or a monthly test or a half yearly, you need to actually gauge yourself. What is your level of stress? Can I bring it down? Can I do certain activities to reduce my stress, be more calm? So from a state of stress, we need to come to a state of calm so that you can think straight. And when the question comes as 2 plus 2, you don't write 5 or 6, you write 4. Because stress is what blocks our mind into logical and rational thinking. So we need to find a way to keep that stress and that confusion away and move towards clarity, calmness, and confidence. So this is what we should be working on, and it also needs preparation and practice.
I like that word, moving from stress to state of calm, nirvana.
Yeah, calm, cool, confident, clear. So once our mind is in that state, then we can perform best.
Okay. So sometimes I have also seen, Riaz, that sometimes our students also teach us a lot about a particular subject, or they reveal something new which we are not aware of. On those similar lines, I would also invite our audience today that if you have seen someone in stress, we also want to know your views. That what do you think could be a good solution to stress, or could be a possible solution to stress? So feel free, type it in the comment box that what's your idea on stress relieving stuff. Probably someone might say that just playing a PUBG game would help them relieve the stress. I don't know. But whatever you think as a solution from your perspective, do put in the comments, and we would love to know your views on that. Thank you. So you've talked about that state of calm, right? Is there a way? Is there a way to attain that stage or to reach there? Because I think I'm very sure that it's good from the theory perspective, but I think putting it into practice will might be difficult. I don't know. Please help me out here.
Yes. So let me tell you that I've been in the army for 21 years. Before that, 3 years in the NDA and 1 year in the IMA. So the army, in a way, prepared us to be calm, right? And soldiers don't have to keep fighting all the time, but they have to be alert. And it is this calmness which I have been able to achieve in my life is what helps me to think clearly and keep progressing in the most difficult or the toughest of the situations, because it's easy to take decisions and think clearly, like right now we are sitting comfortably at home, but tomorrow if we are thrown into a battlefield or an exam hall, suddenly everything goes for a 6. So I would like to suggest a 7-step method which is called basmati. Yeah, it's the basmati rice. Have you heard of this?
No, Riaz. It's the first time that I'm coming across this.
Right.
Basmati.
So this is the basmati method. I'm not talking of the rice, but the basmati method, it's an acronym out of which the first thing says breathe. So can you just take a deep breath, Gaurav? So what has happened here is, Gaurav, you might have realized that suddenly you felt relaxed.
It does.
Breathing exercises are part of pranayama, breathing exercise part of yoga, breathing exercises are there in every form of relaxation and mindfulness exercises. And again, it needs constant practice. It's not necessary that you do it for 30 minutes every day. Either you do it as a practice every 10 to 15 minutes daily. Apart from that, whenever there is a stressful situation, where before you open the question paper, before you start answering, whenever you come across a difficult question, whenever you feel that the question is too tough for me to handle, take a deep breath thrice, relax your mind, because when breath goes in, oxygen is what really drives our mind. It relaxes our heart, relaxes our mind, and gives fuel. So when we are breathing deep, we are actually relaxing and focusing. And you may have seen that when we are tense, we kind of breathe shallow, like, oh my god, I don't know what is going to happen. That is the kind of state we are in. A lot of students are in when we are tense. So we need to just calm our mind, take a deep breath, and feel calm. And when you do it thrice, I think that will answer the question of Arya also, which he has said that how can we boost our memory power in grasping many things? Any brain exercise that can help us out. Yes. So we are covering these exercises, some of them. The breathing is definitely one of them. When we are breathing, we are more relaxed, more focused, right? And that way we can absorb more, both while studying and also while giving an exam. So breathing is definitely number one on the list.
To answer that question in the other way also, there are I mentioned, right, there are recently I've come across that memory booster and brain gym techniques wherein they do left and right coordination. If you want to enroll yourself into that or wants to know more about it, I can connect you to the organization which is training you on that, and there have been significant quite good results in that. 3% in percent increase was amazing to hear.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Okay, and so Basmati, B of Basmati.
Yeah.
What do you
A
have?
is accept, something which we have already covered. It's okay to be stressed because there is an exam. Don't keep saying that, oh, why am I stressed? Why am I feeling stressed? Look, Gaurav is looking so cool. Why am I stressed? No, we go on trying to compare when we are going into an exam hall. So we need to just say that, okay, I am stressed. I am feeling a little worried. So let me relax. It's okay to be stressed before exam. It's a part of life. Take stress as a part of life and not as something which is going to destroy me or which is going to spoil my exam. No, it's okay. There is some bit of stress. There's some bit of pressure. Fine, no problem. I'll handle it. Let's be cool. So that's how we can look at that.
Okay.
So A is for accept. Accept that it's okay not to be okay. That's what I'll repeat that. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be a little stressed. It's okay to be a little worried. But take it in the stride and get over it. And that's what we are saying, how you get over it. So that is A, accept.
So on that second tip, I have some exercise for our audience today. So while we are running through this Basmati process, I want to ask audience that, like, in following these steps or while applying this, what do you think could be your challenges, or do you think it's easy to apply these tips and tactics, or you might face some challenges? So whatever you think and going through your mind, please put it across here in comments, and we would like to know about this. Okay. So Riyaz, it's Basmati. We are done with B and A, so that's breathe and accept. And what do we have next?
S is for smile and laughter.
The best
Okay,
one.
so yeah, that's a great smile. I can see that. The moment we smile, the moment we laugh, it adds to the positive chemicals rushing into our body. And it's not just during the exam time, even on a day-to-day basis, we need to laugh and smile more, look at the mirror in the morning and say, hey, you're a cool guy, right? So yes, I can see a closer smile on you, Gaurav. That's nice. And that shows your positivity and it helps us to relax. That's the simplest way I can say. And There are a lot of laughter yoga exercises, but we can do it on a day-to-day basis. Whenever we come across tough situations, just think, breathe, smile, and say, "Okay, I'm going to do it." So I think that brings a state of calmness. So that is S. That is smile.
Awesome. S for smile. So,
Let me make. Okay, M for move.
go ahead. Yeah.
When I say move, now this is again very, very important part which I find missing in a lot of students' life. That is activity in terms of games, walking, yoga, gymming, whatever. We need to dedicate at least 1 hour every day or 10,000 steps in actual movement. Right now we are restricted because we cannot move out. So what? We can move in our rooms, we can move on our staircases, we can move on our terraces, we can move around in the colony, there are safe spaces where we can walk. Every day I make sure that I'm walking for an hour. There are lots of people who are doing 10,000 steps, 20,000 steps on their terraces itself. It's a vitamin. It is vitamin M, vitamin E, that is exercise. It really recharges. When we put our phone on recharge, it derives electricity from and gets recharged. Our body gets recharged when we exercise, when we move, and this recharge can be through jumping, yoga, dancing, movement, walking, running, skipping. Do something 1 hour every day, especially for students and parents. I would say, don't think that you will be just sitting on the desk and keep absorbing, reading, mugging, cramming. It doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, the students' lives have got disrupted. Even I would say a lot of students don't get that time to move. But as school, do you know, Gaurav, that a lot of schools in UK and Ireland specifically, once the students reach the school, I'm not talking of the COVID time, but earlier, before March, they used to just put their bags in the school, and the first thing they do is they run for 1 mile. That is 1.5 kilometers. They actually run. Every child has to run 1.5 kilometers every day in the morning, whether he is in class 1 or class 10. That is the first thing they do. So it kind of boosts their confidence, boosts their abilities, mental and physical. So that is M for you. Move for 1 hour every day.
Okay. So we have covered BASM from Basmati, and so we have one practical challenge question coming up our way from Arya. So, and I was hoping all the people might say or not say it. I'm hoping that they'll face challenge, because I know I'm that person who will not move easily or do that walking. But definitely after the session, I'll take this into account and see if I can how much I can do of that. So Arya's question is, at the beginning, it's not very easy to follow these steps, but as Yasser told, that we have to prepare ourselves for it mentally and physically. So it's more of a comment, he says, but I have this challenge, and I'm sure most of the people have this challenge, that it sounds easy, that yeah, just do breathe, just accept. It's easy to say, but difficult to follow. Have you in yourself, or have you seen somebody facing any challenges, or they come across in doing these steps, and is there a pro tip in achieving this easily, like breathing?
Right.
I don't have time for, like, I mean, breathing in the sense that meditation sort of a breathing.
Right. So I would say that don't make it complex. Start small, start simple, and make it a routine. Write it down somewhere on the fridge or on your desk that these are the things I have to do every day. Now, these are the steps which we have to do. For example, if you have to cook a dal or a rice, you have to follow certain steps. Now, I'll just
Mhm.
give an example. I was part of my school football team, and we started actual getting coaching in around 8th class. Now, till then, you know how students play, they just pick up a ball and just keep banging it here and there, and whoever can do whatever, you just do what you are told to do. In 8th
Mhm.
class, first time, we got a coach to help us play football. And believe me, in the coaching days, in the initial first 1 hour, he never let us touch the ball at all. And we were so frustrated. He was just make us, okay, now sprint, now run, now do sit ups, do push ups. And after 40 minutes of doing, for 20 minutes, he used to make us play. And we were really angry at him that we are supposed to play. Why is he making us do all these things? And then in that 20 minutes also, 10 minutes would be okay, pass the ball, kick the ball, throw the ball. But you know what happened, Gaurav? After about 3 months of doing all this, then he would let us play for half an hour, 1 hour. And when we actually went to play, our game just simply transformed because of all these little steps which we are doing in terms of building up our skills. So same is the case with whatever we are trying to do, whether it's academics or games or music or business. We have to break down our physical and mental preparation into small steps. Practice those small steps every day. Write it down somewhere. So it's not necessary that okay, you have to do meditation or breathing for 20 minutes or 30 times or 100 times. No, just do it for a minute, 2 minutes, but do it. When we do it something repeatedly, it actually becomes a part of us, and then we don't have to think about it. Plus, it gives us those benefits, right? So that's what I would say. Like every day you would say that your phone gives you a warning, isn't it? That okay, there is 800 MB junk files, remove it. So you click and remove it.
Yeah.
That junk files is actually bothering your phone from performing better. So similarly, our mind also accumulates lots of junk every day. And meditation, breathing, physical exercise, all these are exercises to actually remove those junk files from our mind and body.
And taking one example which I could relate to, like I was watching this movie, The Karate Kid, right? So in that, what happens? Sometimes we do repetitive things. Sometimes we do things without knowing the larger picture, that why we are doing, how it's going to help us. So in this
True.
movie, for people who have not seen it, this karate master just asked the child to just move his hand in like circles and keep cleaning the walls, and he does it for like 21 days, 30 days, etc. I mean, for considerably for a very long time. And then one day this child gets frustrated and says that, what the heck, I mean, I have come here to learn karate, and what you're making me do is cleaning this wall. And then he just says nothing and just asks him to do. He do it for another 2-3 days and again breaks that note. You have to tell me what's happening. And then he do certain steps and all, and just the kid realizes, and he just stops those attack moves done by the sir, and he realizes that how strong his hands have become in the process of this thing.
True.
So sometimes we might be doing those repetitive stuffs or this thing, practicing, not knowing that what larger positive impact it will
Very
have on
true.
our life.
Very true. It's like taking a vitamin pill. These days everybody is talking about taking a vitamin pill, take vitamin C. So when we take vitamin C, we really can't see a sudden change in our body or skin or hair. But we believe that that pill is going to help us, and that pill taken every day. So we have some question also from our viewer. Can we take that question?
Yes, so we have a question from Srikar Samudrala. He's asking, sir, any suggestion on how to reduce inferiority complex among students, as it has become prominent problem among students, which is leading to even more stress.
I fully agree with this,
I
and just
partially agree.
hold this thought. The last part of Basmati that I is to deal with this particular question, and I'm just going to come that in a minute. So let
Okay,
us come
so
to the A for apple. The second part of A is apple. A for apple, you must have heard, Gaurav.
an apple a day keeps the doctor
An
away.
apple a day keeps doctor away. Unfortunately, the A for apple has become in many cases M for Maggie, B for burger, P for pizza, and we have really gone away from nature. Okay, and a lot of junk food which students tend to take impacts their ability to perform better in exams or wherever they're doing, because all the junk food actually spoils our abilities. It removes it breaks down the power of our mind, because we are a product of nature. We need to be more in touch with nature. So when I say A for apple, means take at least 2 fruits every day, eat a good diet, don't overeat, don't go into junk food. There's a tendency, especially nowadays, to eat a lot of junk food. You'll put on weight, unnecessary, it will spoil the body. So go in for nature, eat more healthy food, a sound mind and a sound body is what is going to help you when you actually, going for your exams or going for any challenges. Your body and mind needs to be prepared with the best of the resources. So let's say if you go to a petrol pump with your scooter, Gaurav, if the guy tells you there is a adulterated petrol and a pure petrol, which petrol would you like to put in your car?
Pure, absolutely.
Pure petrol, right? So Apple is the pure petrol, and all this burger, pizza, Maggie is the adulterated petrol, Coke, right? Which we keep putting into our body. Unfortunately, and it spoils our body. So let's go in for healthy food. It impacts us.
That's a good analogy you've given, Riyaz. I've heard people saying that, okay, I have to stay away from fast food, learn this thing, but this is kind of new that, okay, pure petrol or an adulterated one.
Absolutely. We want the best charger for our mobile phone, the best petrol for our car, and the best dog food for our pets, isn't it? But when it comes to us, we are ready to take in all kinds of junk food, which is actually spoiling our body and mind.
Very good point. Very good point.
Now, we have an interesting guest. We have Mr. Ramakrishna Raju. Hello, good evening, SRK. He's also a great speaker and motivator, and he's also been conducting wonderful programs.
Okay, cool. So now I'll remember earlier. Till now, I know SRK as Shah Rukh Khan only. Now
yes,
Ramakrishna.
That SRK is in Mumbai. Our SRK Raju is the king of Hyderabad.
Cool.
He's a psychologist and psychiatrist also.
Cool.
So let's come on to the T part. T part is the talk part. Now, again, this is important, Gaurav, that if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling worried, then, we tend to bottle it inside. Many people say, okay, I'm very brave. Why should I have stress? And if I have stress, I'll pretend that I'm very brave. So we need to talk and share with our friends, cousins, teachers, counselors, and say somebody, look, I have got a board exam, I got a competitive exam, I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling, sweaty palms and feeling feverish. Can you help me? So I think this talk part is important, which is again missing because we kind of have an ego that, no, I've been a topper and how can I feel stressed? Because like a pressure cooker, Gaurav, if you've seen, the pressure cooker has got a valve. And as the pressure increases after a certain limit, the valve opens up and the pressure gets released. See, beyond a certain point, the stress and pressure which is there in the student or even parents, we need to talk to somebody and let that out and say that, okay, I'm feeling stressed. And that alone is a great stress reliever.
True. I can relate it with that example. I have a person who speaks to me very often, and now I realize that, okay, it could be because, so of course he speaks about the kind of challenges he's facing, the environment around him and all the things. That could be a stress relief for him.
Yes. And one of the important part is the parents themselves need to connect better to the child so that they can share these details more openly with the parents, of course, because the parents are the best counselors, I feel. But if you feel that your parents are not listening to you, then try to connect with somebody whom you trust as a friend, cousin, or counselor. But the point is, we need to let that steam out. That will help in our stress management. And let's come to the last part, that is I of the Basmati, that is TI. I stand for I am awesome. Does that make sense, Gaurav?
Yes, I am awesome.
Right. So let us take this question again, which was given by Srikar in his sessions, how to reduce the inferiority complex. Now, I'll give a small example. When a child is small, he starts walking for the first time. And the parents says, oh, come on, you can walk. They're so excited. And they'll click the photo, post it on Facebook or WhatsApp, tell all the relatives, my child took the first step today. And when the child says, Mama, for the first time, the mother is so excited, Papa, the father is so excited. And that excitement and that encouragement helps the child to take more steps, speak more, do better. So all the while it is this encouragement and the appreciation which builds confidence and helps the child to become better, do more in whatever they're trying to do. But somewhere down the line, then the expectations go up. Why did you get 60? Why not 65? Why did you get 70? Why not 75? Or things like, why did you come second in the race? Why not first? Okay, so if you're doing an annual school play, why were you not there in the front row of the dance? Why were you there in the second row? Okay. Okay. So this again now, instead of encouraging the child, okay, let's see how you can dance better. Okay, you got a problem in maths, let's solve it. Okay, no problem. You may not have aptitude in maths or in English. Every child has got different gifts. So we need to, as parents, recognize those gifts and help them, encourage them, appreciate them more. And every time you appreciate, it builds a child's confidence. Every time you criticize a child, it kills the confidence. And they say that you need to appreciate 15 times to neutralize one criticism.
Wow, that's a huge variation in that ratio.
So every child, Gaurav, every child is carrying this bag of appreciations or criticism. This bag. Okay, and every appreciation and encouragement makes that bag lighter and helps him to uplift himself. And every criticism is like a stone, it kind of weighs him down. So you can think of your school, parents, cousins, even friends are very discouraging many a times. They are the ones who are actually pulling us down, these stones of discouragement. And I'm not talking of the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
We can give feedback. We can say that, okay, let's make your English essay better. Instead of saying that your English essay was pathetic. So if a teacher or a parent says that your English essay or this blog is pathetic, it's terrible. So what is a child to do with that kind of a remark? It is just killing his confidence without telling. But if the parent says that, okay, your essay was good, let's make it better, or let's have a better introduction for this essay. So you're telling the child that, okay, what you did was good, let's make it better. So there is a way of talking to the children as a student, as a parent, or as a teacher. And this method of talking actually determines whether the child goes into an inferiority complex with low self-esteem, or he goes into a positive self-esteem with greater confidence. And it's all the words and the encouragement makes a difference.
That's very powerful, Riyaz. I actually made a note of it that I have seen parents, we as parents, I have talking me and my wife, that bag of discouragement. I could just visualize that bag of stones with like. So my question or point to parents that are we filling those bags with stones, or are we just lifting the load out? So be very careful, parents. Be very careful of what you're doing with your child. Okay,
Very
so
true, very true. So within this itself, let's talk from the point of view of an individual or a student also, in the sense that now, let's say if I feel that I don't have too many people encouraging me, that shouldn't lead me to down to into the dump. I have to be strong and say that every day when I stand in front of the mirror, I say, I am amazing, I am awesome. So let me ask all the viewers who are out there to just type in this one simple line, I am amazing or I am awesome. And the kind of confidence boost you get. And when we do this repetitive over a period of time, we feel better about ourselves. If the whole world is not there encouraging us or not pushing the right words at us, let us do it ourselves, and we can do it. We can make it a habit. And the same thing that the same tune can also be used when we are going in for exam. We say, okay, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to succeed. Vis-a-vis saying that, oh, I'm going to fail. I don't know the questions. I don't know the answers. So it's just a tune which we keep playing in the mind, this tune has to change, and we have to practice this tune over and over again, that I'm amazing, I'm awesome, I'm going to do my best shot. Whatever is there in me, I'm going to put it there in that particular exam or that particular challenge. Yeah, we have a lot of people who are typing in. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
let's say
Positive reinforcement always helps in
I
encouragement.
am amazing. SRK. Yeah, I agree. You are amazing. I can. I am awesome. Thank you, Arya. Yes, you are awesome. Thank you for being here and being a. Arya has been there for all our sessions, and I'm really amazed at his commitment. This is what is needed from the students. That okay, let us. There is a learning opportunity. Let me put my mind, and I'm going to grasp something interesting out of it. This is what I keep doing, Gaurav, these days. Whenever I come across any webinar, seminar, and if I have time, I just hook onto it because I know I'm going to pick up something useful from this. And that is how it works. That's how I keep learning more and more. And when we learn, we have the ability to share.
Perfect. I think that's good funda of life. So with that, we have the solutions. We figured out the stress, the symptoms, how to identify, and then now we have the Basmati formula to cook up that strength to hit the stress out of our life. So with that, we conclude our sessions, and towards the end, I want to know from our audience, if do you guys have any questions,
Or any
anything?
suggestions on solutions, something which has worked for you to relieve the stress. Definitely, please share so that we can also, because this video is going to be around and people are going to look at it many times over. So I would, before, as the audience is, going over their questions and ideas, let me just reiterate the full form of Basmati acronym. B is for breathe, A is for accept. Accept when I say it's okay not to be okay. S is for smile. M is for move every day for 1 hour. A is for apple, have natural foods, avoid junk food because it's going to reduce the performance. T is talk to someone if you're feeling stressed. And I is for I am awesome. Believe it, change the tune in your mind, feel that you are amazing. And that's really going to help you, because when you feel that you're good, you can take on all the challenges of life without doubting yourself. But if you keep telling yourself, am I amazing? Will I be able to do it? Then that's where your self-doubt comes in, and maybe
So we have a point. So let me just read. Not a tip, like not comparing yourself with your friends. Find your strength, accept your shortcoming, and work towards improving upon. Helps to increase self-esteem. Yeah, true.
very
So
true. Comparison
so
is another thing which is killing. A lot of parents, students tend to automatically compare because there is competition. I agree. So there is some sort of a comparison. Why you're not able to do well as your cousin? Why you can't do as well as Mr. Sharma's son or Mr. Gupta's son? So that's how it works. And this comparison actually brings down the confidence and creates a low self-esteem. So as an individual out there, stop comparing. You are unique. Believe in your abilities. Discover your strengths. It's okay to have weaknesses. Everybody has them. And as a parent, please do not compare between siblings. Please don't say your elder brother is doing this. Why can't you do this? They are different. Please don't say our neighbor's son is going into this college. Why you are not able to go into that college? Please don't compare, because comparison is always lowers the self-confidence and self-esteem.
thanks, Riyaz, for that. So while our audience comes up with the questions, I have the first one to begin with. Riyaz, I think more these days, specifically because of the competition, comparison, here Speaker asked that there's an inferiority complex among the children. But in my opinion, whatever I have seen, that this inferiority complex from the parents' perspective, like my child, his child can achieve this, that, whatever. So is there a way, do you have tip or do you have something to say to parents that how can they look at child's career or studies in a different perspective, or how can a parent help children to be less stressful? Some final
Right.
tips.
So, a child or your son and daughter is a person. Don't treat him as a percentage. Okay.
Good.
Your child is a person, not a percentage. He is going to do something good in life. Just believe that. And like we discussed in the last session, there are a plethora of careers in the world today. Somewhere or the other, your child is going to shine. Believe in that uniqueness, and whatever are his attributes, uh, he's getting it from you, right? So he's going to perform, do something good in life, and just trust in that and help him, guide him, and don't put all your expectations. I couldn't join IIT, hence I should force my child to join IIT. I couldn't become a doctor, I want my child to become a doctor. So we should not, as parents, put our dreams on our children. I think that's where we need to help the child to discover his path, not force too much pressure on him, not think too much about the future. You must have heard of a child called Greta Thunberg. Gaurav, have you heard of Greta Thunberg?
Yes, yes, environmentalists.
What is her percentage in? She's not even in 10th class, she's in 8th class.
I don't know. It
She's
doesn't
known
matter.
across the world.
Yeah.
She's known across the world. And she's working for the earth. Isn't it? Isn't it amazing that a 8th class student is known across the world and we don't even know her percentage? So every child may have, there are bloomers, there are late bloomers. Somebody may shine at the age of 60. I know a person called Fauja Singh. He's just been a farmer throughout his life. At 80, he migrated to United Kingdom when his children called him there, and he started running. Okay, and he started running. He ran 5 kilometers, then 10 kilometers, then 20, and he ran a marathon that is 42 kilometers at the age of 100. And at the age of 100, he's become the face of Adidas. He's become a model for Adidas. Can you believe that?
Wow.
So
Wow.
unknown farmer. So we never really know when a person is going to bloom, right? So you are Gaurav here on Facebook Live, and there are hundreds of people watching you. I believe that this is success. You know, success can be in so many different forms, in so many different ways. It can come at any age. So we should not imagine that 12th class is the cutoff time for success. Either you are a success or a failure. No, we keep building ourselves throughout the life. The life itself is a journey. We should not, as parents, take a the dividing line. 12th is not a finishing line. I would say it's a starting line. So let's take it that way. Yeah, 12th is a starting line for the life ahead.
So yeah, and I think I'm because you've mentioned I'm live on Facebook. I want to give my academics also. I don't know if it's going to help a lot of parents or not. Uh, so I myself I did my like BCom, and that too I passed in like third division. So which is like very 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 bad. Okay, but I'm very thankful to my parents that they never bothered me. They just used to make one or two statements in the entire year that study is important. Make sure you study well. That's the
Right.
only guidance I got from them, and I did not fail. I did not do well in my studies. I just passed. I never used to like study bookishly, but I was like learner. I used to like observe what was taught in the class, and I used to just put it across in my own words. Okay, I did not do very great, but I have worked for one of the biggest brands in IT like Satyam, Deloitte, and there are other US startups which I've worked.
Fantastic.
I draw six figure. I have drawn six figure salary also. So I mean, I just want to quote my example that study has nothing to do with how brilliant a person can do in life. It's just
Absolutely, I
totally
agree.
not related. Okay,
I agree.
and
So can we take some user comments? We have got some viewer comments also.
yes, so we have. one from Gali Varaprasad.
Yeah, Varaprasad. Comparison is beginning to become miserable. Yeah, comparison leads to misery. Absolutely. I agree.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Gali Varaprasad. Varaprasad is my from Sainik School. We studied together and we have been together for, I would say, 23 and about 43 years.
Wow. Yes. Cool. That's actually a good one. So we have another one from Deepa. We as parents need to teach kids to compare with themselves and not with anyone else. That gives them the potential to do so, do much more in their life. That's very true. Let's be
Very true,
competition to
Gaurav.
ourselves.
Don't compare with others, compare with yourself. Are you becoming better in whatever you're trying to do every day? So, compared to yesterday, am I better today or not? That is the only challenge every person has to take. So, if you're performing better in the next test, I think that's a great thing, and not compare with somebody else. So, each child has his own journey, each individual has his own journey, and that journey may, the flower may bloom, we don't know when. Somebody may bloom in 10th class, somebody may bloom in 12th class, somebody may bloom in graduation, somebody may bloom after 30 years, after 40 years, we really don't know. So we should not get tied down by that 12th is the dividing line, 12th is just one milestone in our life, or the whatever the competitive exams are just one more milestone in our life, and we need to keep walking, keep moving ahead, and discover what is our real destination, and we keep moving ahead like that.
Sure. And the last one again from Varaprasad sir is like every child is unique with gifted and with unique skills. True.
I absolutely believe in this. Every child is unique. I believe myself, I am unique and blessed. Whatever I'm doing to the best of my ability. I feel good about it. I feel confident about it. That's how each of us need to really work at and keep telling ourselves, because we live in a world surrounded with people. The people close to us do affect our confidence levels and our emotional strength and weaknesses, but we need to also discover our own ways of making ourselves strong, because there are going to be challenges, there are going to be situations, there are going to be tense moments, but we need to be able to handle them and overcome them.
Perfect. Wonderful. So thank you so much for your time, Colonel Riyaz, today. With this, I would just want to let our audience know that please go ahead and like our page. Every week, we come up with great sessions to help youth to find out to become a better person day by day. And at least societal is like, let's kick that thought out of our life. Okay, so please like our page so that you are kept aware that what are the next sessions we are coming up with, and this particular recording and the previous ones are on our Facebook page. So please do like our page to be aware of that. And in case if you if you notice that somebody needs this particular topic, do share these videos with your friends and relatives, whoever in need is in need, or just like that. Okay? And if you think that okay, when you go through this, or if you're watching this as a recording, and if you come across any question, if you have anything on your mind, please put it on the comments here. We will try to respond to your questions even after, if you're looking at the recording sessions. So that's another input. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube as well. uh, if you like our programs, do let us know in the comments. If you have any suggestions or feedback also, please put it on the comments here, and we try to attend each and everything and improve our programs on those lines. If you have any topics which you want us to cover, and or you want to learn from, and if it helps larger audience, we will definitely take it up. So with that, I would like to thank you so much again, Colonel Riaz, for taking this time
Thank you,
out of your
Gaurav. Thanks a lot.
and helping us. So thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.